How's it going? Hope you're doing just as good as I'm doing. We had so much fun today, and it is honestly a very weird day today. I'm going to get into it in a minute, but this is probably the longest workout I have had in years. But, I want to save that for the actual conversation. Just getting into it. The snatches were really good. Like, my form has definitely hit a new level. But something that I had to go through today was on my warm-ups, it was feeling like shit, and I kept bumping my hips into it and not catching it right. Because last week I fixed my form on my pause snatch reps. And if you have experience with Olympic weightlifting or any sort of weightlifting, anytime you fix your form in some sort of lift, it's going to have to translate to all the other lifts that you do because you use your body differently. Your mind-muscle connection has now changed. So for me, I finally, I've been getting my shoulders over the bar in a good way because before I wasn't doing it at all. But now I've, really got them over the bar in, the best way possible where I can really meet the bar at my hips at the fastest and most efficient rate possible. But, I haven't done normal snatches in, 9 days. So, it took a minute. My warm-ups felt like shit, and then I just dialed in, took a piss, came back, new person, and hit them. It was great. I've never snatched so fast at that heavy a weight. Otherwise, overhead squat went great, snatch pulls went great, cardio and abs went great. Everything was just kind of a lot of fun. Everything kind of hit. A lot of homies today. I feel like I saw everybody and their mother. Basically everybody I knew was showing up, which is awesome. But to kind of just, I gotta fucking move on. I keep going on, but mentally, I'm gonna give it a solid 9.6. This was a phenomenal fucking day. This is what I needed to get my shit back on a super passion train. We always got the default passion, but now I'm ascended passion. Physically, I give it a 9. Honestly, it was 9.1 because I started shit, and I did miss one snatch in my working sets out of all of them, but I came back, hit the second rep right after missing the one I was supposed to make, and I think I finally really have been able to dial in on my form. When I tell you that whenever I see that my form is fast and good, and I'm admitting that myself, that means I really got into a new kind of level. I'm finally making some really awesome visible progress that I can show off to everybody. But the reason I kind of want to talk about all this is I was at the gym for, unironically, we are at 5 hours on the dot right now. I left home at it was getting near 6. It was 5:45 or something, and I'm driving home and it is 10:50. What the actual hell did I do to myself today? Because I know that's the gut reaction is you are at the gym for more than an hour, you are a fucking animal to most people. And again, the people who work out a lot, sure, 2 or 3 hours might not seem like much, but 5 hours, holy shit, I must be dead. I must be crying. No. So this is what I explain to a lot of people, because everybody thinks that I'm working out for 5 hours straight. That's not necessarily the case. While I may be physically active for 5 hours, I'm not doing my sets and my specified workouts, my abs, my cardio for 5 straight fucking hours. It's me more just enjoying the moment. I tell everybody, when you find a true passion in your life, this for me, I genuinely, it's one of those things where it is not a question in my fucking mind that I will miss the gym. It is never something that I think I need to debate on. There has to be really, really important shit going on in order for me to miss the gym, because it is such an integral part of my daily life. This is one of the big things in my life, other than my own life itself and the people that I love in it, that keeps me going. This is that drive I'm telling everybody to start trying to find, because it really does keep you going. Holy shit, I feel like I can take on all of life right now all at once, but whatever. I'm not trying to get crazy, but the reason I bring up how long I was there for and whatever, and why I may seem crazy, is I think it's important to talk about how much is actually too much when you're doing literally anything. You know, I'm sure if you clicked on the video, you might think it's for the gym, but this is, most things that I talk about, I think are applicable to all things in life. And so I guess just getting into it, like what we can start talking about is, you know, I guess we can just talk about my experience today. Is I know it seems crazy, but the way that I see it is that it's got to be like a mindset to you that makes it okay to go as hard as I did today. Now, while I still just hit what I was supposed to hit, and I could have finished this workout in relatively like 2 to 2.5 hours, I chose to enjoy myself and live in the moment that I was truly loving. You know, there's too many moments in life where you're just sitting there feeling like you're obligationally sitting in a chair doing shit you don't feel like doing. And I feel like not enough people have this feeling where you can just go sit there, you forget your phone is on or exists for that matter, you forget about all the bullshit in your daily life, you forget about the people who create drama, you just do what is right in front of you and you are simply joyful. You know, it's as simple as that. You're just having a great fucking time. And not to say that I'm neglecting my daily life stuff because of the gym. I have just grown to love the feeling of satisfaction I get so much that it makes all the other things seem irrelevant. I'm a very big person on the mindset that you truly do choose if you're happy. I think it's up to you on how negative you want to be. I get it. Everybody goes through some really bad shit, and it's always going to be a different time period of how long it takes you to get over that shit when you haven't experienced before. Or again, like people go through some really bad stuff, you know, but once you've found your own ground among that initial trauma in your life, it is so important to hold on to that mindset of like, okay, well, I got my shit together once over something that I thought was going to like destroy my life. So what's going to stop me now? Only your own mindset. And again, it's tough when you're in that situation for the first time because you're not going to know it till you get there. But once you get through it, you will actually truly believe that you can just switch the mindset and just like, it's like teaching yourself to be happy. I know it seems weird and robot-like, but I truly believe that all negative things that you are going to tell me about yourself are fabricated by yourself. You know, if I tell you to tell me positive things about yourself, you're going to tell me all factual things because nobody wants to lie about what they're good at. But people lie to themselves in thinking that they are worse people than they really are because standards appear to be higher than anything in this small world we live in. But not trying to get super philosophy or whatever. I'm trying to move on to the main topic. I'm not saying that because you love something, you should be doing it for 5 hours or more a day. You know, the whole point is that there shouldn't be a standard in the first place. I'm always telling people, stop living by expectations. They are fabrications that you made up, just like the negative stuff about yourself. An expectation is either going to make you work too hard for something that is unachievable or make you work not enough when you should have been putting in just your own effort that you had every day in the first place. You know, it sets you up for failure either way, in my opinion. You know, I know there's always a healthy level of expectation that you can handle on your own, sure. But it's no part of having an expectation is going to be the reason why you get better. It's your own actions and decisions beyond that make you the better person. So as I'm sitting at the gym 4 hours in thinking, what the fuck am I doing here? I'm like, okay, well, let's get it straight. I have nothing due tonight. I have no one to see. I have no plans tonight. I'm okay to do what I want. So just because it's not normal for me to be at the gym for this long, why should I stop enjoying it just because it's unnormal or unnatural to most people or even myself? You know, it's more, you should see that kind of thing and be like, wow, I really needed this. You know, like I feel like I've been stressing a lot lately about stuff that doesn't really matter in the long run. And then when you're at the gym for 6 hours, or you're doing an art piece for 6 hours, or you're doing anything that you love, spending time with your family, whatever you want to do, being social, you're out for hours and hours and hours without even realizing time has passed by, that's how you know that you've been overstressing yourself for virtually no reason. And how you know that you need that extra little just pep in the step, you know, as cliche or cringy as that may sound. It's that little bit of push you needed in the whatever part of your life that's hurting you the most, and you're just like, fuck, you know, like I know that like insomnia is a whole different ballgame, but like whenever people tell me like that they're trying to stick to the schedule. Like, oh, fuck, I slept in on accident this day. Like, I accidentally slept until noon. I should have been up doing work and stuff. That is your body telling you you needed fucking sleep. That's the one thing that people really don't realize. I know that you try to control your sleep through an alarm and you think that you have control over it, but when you don't have an alarm set, there is no control other than your own body's innate biological systems to wake you up. Which means if you are sleeping that much, you either have insomnia or you needed that rest without even realizing it because your standards are so fucking high, you know? And so, while in the moment, you may not be enjoying everything to its fullest extent, it's really good to just kind of take a step back and be like, man, did I just waste my morning sleeping? Or, in a more positive light, did I just spend the morning getting that well-rested mindset that I need to tackle the things that I've been actually stressing about, that I really want to get done? Because typically, if you wake up early on those days where you should have taken that little bit more of rest that you really needed or didn't want to admit that you needed, then you're not going to get shit done anyway. You know, I love something that I heard someone say online recently was that, like, it sucks getting into the obligational workforce of just our whatever country you're in, because when you start doing that and you've been a kid for so long, you're like doing this 9 to 5 that you don't care about, and it's all for this green dollar bill that's gonna put a roof over your head, and it feels like shit because like after like 4 or 5 or 6 hours, 6 is like really fucking pushing it. I think 5 is pushing it. I think after like 3 or 4 hours, the passion's gone. You know, you put in as much effort as your mind could mentally handle, but it gets to a point where you just stop giving a shit. You know, I call it the fuck it method, because you get dragged along so much by other people's high-ass standards that they don't have to work for themselves, that you put yourself down and give your body a lack of true rest and just enjoying the moment at hand. You know, it's like, I work, I go to school, I do gym, I try to be social when I can. I'm doing a lot of things, and I want to play video games sometimes, man, you know? There's a lot. But it's all about living in that one moment every day where you know you're sitting there and there is nothing that's going to stress you out right at that moment. I don't care if you have stuff going on tonight. I don't care if you had stuff going on this morning, in the past. That's past and future. The present is what matters. This very second, every second that goes by right now, that is what's mattering, you know? So if you went through some shit this morning, it's gone, you know? It's not going to sit around for you and pick you up when you need it, so why wait for it? In the future, it's never going to work out exactly the way you thought it would. That's just an expectation thing, so why bank on it? Bank on yourself right now. And so if you're sitting at home playing a video game and it's 11:30 at night and you feel like you didn't get enough done today, but you don't really have anything due tonight, you're just making yourself feel guilty for no fucking reason, chill out, you know? Because we both know that if you allow yourself to be happy with what you're doing in that moment, that video game or that food or that gym or whatever hobby you're doing, it's going to feel a lot more enjoyable and a lot more worth it, you know, for your own personal sake. So, you know, take that kind of shit with a grain of salt. It's, you know, this is just me spouting my typical daily bullshit, but I think it is at least important that people put the idea in their head that maybe something needs a little changing, you know? It's not unnatural to have some bullshit going on, but it's unnatural to be in that state for a super long period of time. Because, again, as much as it's not your fault, it's all on your own mental space and your own mindset to get yourself out of it. You know, it's not just what you go through, it's how you pick yourself up. I tell people all the time, they're always going to tell me in the gym, like, oh, I wish I did this, I feel like shit, I should have done better, or I wish I did better. Whatever. That doesn't matter. You push through the shit today. And if you push through the shit today, you'll eventually create this mindset that you can have a better day no matter what. It's up to you on how you want to view it. So if you want to be pessimistic and hate what's going on and wish you did better or wish you do better in the future, sure, go for it. But you will never enjoy the moment you are living in right now. So for me, I was doing a bunch of bullshit work that I didn't care about. I was stressing about other things. I wanted to go do something else, whatever. But I got to the gym and I really felt like I was shining. on my own way, on my own terms, in my own bubble that could not be controlled by anyone else but myself. And that is the mindset that will lead to me having an even better personal daily life. So I guess that's all I mean by it. But, you know, chicken, rice, broccoli, just like every day. We're going to go have some fun munchies before I go to bed and back at the gym tomorrow, you know? So just do what you will with the information. It's always up to you, but just, you know, put yourself first. Try to enjoy yourself for maybe 5 fucking minutes without making yourself feel guilty, and you'll see how much you're missing it. So that's all I got. I'll see you tomorrow.